All right, so you're prepping for a casting machine operator interview,
Trying to make sure you really nail it.
and that's where this deep dive comes in.
We've got some,
We've got a stack of RoleCatcher resources
yeah.
and some insider career knowledge to help you kind of navigate that world of, molten metal and heavy machinery.
Yeah, it's a field that's,
Exactly.
it's more intricate than I think people realize.
Right.
There's it's not just about the brawn.
Right.
It's about the brains, too.
It's about the brains.
Understanding the, nuances of the casting process,
Yeah.
troubleshooting on the fly, ensuring top-notch quality.
Yeah.
Those are the things that set a skilled casting machine operator apart.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So let's dive into some of the questions that you might actually get asked
Okay.
during this interview.
Yeah.
The first one being a very classic one.
Sure.
How did you become interested in becoming a casting machine operator?
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty straightforward,
Yeah.
but there's a real opportunity to make an impression.
Absolutely. I think this is your chance to showcase a genuine passion for the field.
Right.
Did you grow up tinkering with engines, fascinated by how things were made?
Yeah.
Maybe a family member worked in a foundry and you were drawn to the energy of that environment.
I like that.
Whatever your story is,
Yeah.
make it authentic and connect it to the role.
Yeah, and this is where RoleCatcher's AI can kind of give you an edge.
Okay.
So let's say the job description really emphasizes teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
RoleCatcher would pick up on that,
Okay.
and it would suggest maybe weaving collaboration into your answer.
Okay.
So instead of just saying, I've always been interested in metalworking,
Yeah.
you could say, I've always been fascinated by how individual components come together to create a finished product, and I'm really drawn to the teamwork involved in a foundry setting.
That's good.
It's a small tweak,
Yeah.
but it makes a big difference because it shows that you've done your homework and you understand what they're looking for.
Absolutely.
Okay, next question. What experience do you have in operating casting machines?
This is where honesty is key.
Yeah,
But you also want to highlight the relevance of your experience.
right. Even if you're new to the field.
Sure.
Think about any related skills that you can draw on.
Yeah.
Maybe you've worked with other types of machinery,
Mm.
or you've taken courses in metalworking,
Sure.
or you've done manufacturing processes.
Absolutely. And if you do have direct experience, be specific.
Yes.
What types of casting machines have you operated?
Mm-hmm.
What materials have you worked with?
Right.
Were you responsible for any quality control checks
Yes.
or troubleshooting? This is where the details really matter.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher's CV and resume builder.
Yes.
This helps you quantify your achievement
Good.
in a way that catches the eye of a potential employer.
Yeah.
So instead of just listing operated casting machine,
Right.
you can say successfully operated and maintained a high-pressure die casting machine producing over 1,000 units per shift.
That's a great example.
Yeah,
You're not just describing tasks, you're demonstrating results.
exactly.
Interviewers also want to gauge your understanding of the core skills needed for the role. So be ready for a question like,
Okay.
what are the key skills required for a casting machine operator?
That's a good one.
This is your chance to really show off your knowledge.
Okay.
Think about the technical skills, like
Mhm.
understanding different casting methods, operating various types of machinery, interpreting technical drawings.
Yes, and also don't forget the softer skills.
Yes.
Attention to detail is so important.
Paramount.
In this role, you're responsible for the quality of the final product.
Right.
So a keen eye and a commitment to precision
Yeah,
are essential.
couldn't agree more.
And let's not overlook physical stamina and safety consciousness.
Yeah.
Foundries can be demanding environments, so you need to be able to handle the physical demands of the job,
For sure.
but also adhere to those strict safety protocols.
Safety is non-negotiable in this industry.
Yep.
Now, building on that, let's talk about quality control.
Okay.
The common question is,
All right.
how do you ensure quality control during the casting process?
This is where you demonstrate your understanding of that whole entire casting process.
Mm-hmm.
You might talk about meticulously checking the materials and molds,
Yeah.
monitoring the temperature and pressure,
Sure.
and then conducting those thorough inspections of the finished product.
Absolutely.
Don't just say you follow instructions.
Right.
You really want to walk them through your entire process,
Right.
showing you're proactive and detail-oriented.
Yeah. It's helpful to mention specific quality control methods you're familiar with.
Okay.
Things like visual inspection for surface defects, dimensional checks using calipers or gauges,
Okay.
and even non-destructive testing techniques like X-ray or ultrasonic inspection.
And now things don't always go smoothly in a foundry.
Of course not.
Equipment can malfunction. You can have unexpected issues that arise.
Uh-huh.
So how do you troubleshoot? This is going to be another one that comes up.
Yeah.
How do you troubleshoot equipment issues during the casting process?
So this is all about your problem-solving skills and your ability to stay calm under pressure.
Yeah.
Do you have a systematic approach to identifying the root cause of a problem?
Right.
Can you consult manuals,
Yeah.
analyze error codes, or utilize your knowledge of the machinery to diagnose and address issues effectively?
And RoleCatcher can actually be a valuable resource here too.
Oh, good.
Its AI can actually provide you with a framework for structuring your answer.
Okay.
So you might say something like,
Yeah.
my first priority is always safety, ensuring that the issue doesn't pose any immediate risk.
Yeah.
Then I try to isolate the problem by checking for any obvious signs of damage or malfunction. Then I would consult the machine's manual and, if necessary, reach out to more experienced colleagues for guidance.
That's a great approach. You're demonstrating a logical and safety-conscious mindset.
Yes.
You're not just randomly trying things, you're following a process.
Yes, exactly.
Foundries can be fast-paced environments. So interviewers want to know how you handle pressure.
Yeah.
A typical question is, how do you manage your workload during busy periods?
So this is where you highlight your organizational skills and your ability to prioritize tasks. Maybe you create daily task lists. Maybe you utilize some time management techniques. Or you delegate effectively when appropriate.
Absolutely.
The key is to showcase your ability to stay focused and productive, even when things get hectic.
Right. And don't be afraid to mention your resilience and your willingness to put in the extra effort when needed.
I like that.
Employers appreciate someone who's dedicated and willing to go the extra mile.
Absolutely. Okay, so before we move on, let's touch on a crucial aspect of any foundry job.
Right.
Safety.
Very important.
So be prepared for a question like,
Okay.
what is your experience with safety protocols in the workplace?
This is not the time to be vague.
No.
Employers need to know that you take safety seriously.
Yes, and mention any relevant safety training that you've received.
Sure.
Like the OSHA 10-hour certification. And be specific about the safety procedures that you are familiar with.
Right. Things like lockout, tagout procedures for preventing accidental machine startups, proper handling of hazardous materials, and the consistent use of personal protective equipment.
Yes.
Or PPE.
And you can even share an anecdote about a time that you went above and beyond to ensure a safe work environment. Maybe you identified a potential hazard and took steps to address it before an accident could occur.
Those types of examples demonstrate your commitment to safety and your proactive approach.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
A lot of good questions.
We've explored several common interview questions for casting machine operator roles, and we've highlighted how RoleCatcher's AI can help you tailor your answers and stand out from the competition.
For sure.
But we're not done yet.
Oh.
There's more to uncover about this exciting field.
Yes.
So stay tuned for the next part of our deep dive, where we'll delve into even more interview tips and career insights.
Looking forward to it. Welcome back to our deep dive into acing your casting machine operator interview. We've already tackled some common questions, but let's shift gears and explore another crucial aspect. Compliance with industry regulations.
This is a big one.
Absolutely.
Because foundries operate under strict guidelines to ensure safety and environmental responsibility. So how do you demonstrate your knowledge in this area?
Yeah.
Be prepared for a question like, how do you ensure compliance with industry regulations?
So this is where your research comes into play.
Yeah.
You'll want to familiarize yourself with key regulatory bodies like OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration.
And don't forget about the EPA,
Right.
the Environmental Protection Agency. They play a huge role in regulating emissions and waste disposal in the metal casting industry.
Exactly. So when answering this question, you can highlight your understanding of specific regulations, such as OSHA's lockout, tagout procedures for controlling hazardous energy, or the EPA's standards for handling and disposing of hazardous waste.
And you can even impress interviewers by mentioning your familiarity with industry-specific best practices.
Yeah.
Like the American Foundry Society's guidelines for metal casting safety and environmental protection.
Absolutely. It shows you going above and beyond just the bare minimum.
Right.
Now let's move on to a question that delves into your leadership potential.
Okay.
How do you lead and motivate a team of operators?
Okay.
Even if you're not applying for a supervisory role, employers want to see that you have the qualities of a strong team player.
This is your chance to articulate your leadership style.
Yes.
Are you collaborative and hands-on, guiding your team by example, or do you prefer a more delegative approach, empowering team members to take ownership of their tasks?
It's really about backing it up with concrete examples from your previous experiences.
Right. Don't just say, I'm a good leader.
We've-
Tell a story about a time when you successfully motivated a team to achieve a goal,
Yeah.
or how you effectively resolved a conflict within a team.
And again, RoleCatcher's AI can be incredibly helpful here.
I was going to say.
It can analyze the job description and company culture to suggest leadership qualities that would resonate most with that specific employer.
Right.
For example, if the company values innovation and initiative, RoleCatcher might suggest you highlight a time when you implemented a process improvement or came up with a creative solution to a challenge.
Now, speaking of process improvement,
Yes.
be prepared to discuss your approach to this as well.
Absolutely, interviewers often ask,
Oh, okay.
how do you implement process improvement initiatives? They want to know that you're not just content with the status quo,
Right.
You're always looking for ways to do things better, more efficiently, and more safely.
Absolutely. So when answering this question, think about a time when you identified a problem or an inefficiency in a process.
Oh.
Maybe it was a bottleneck in the production line, a recurring safety issue, or an opportunity to reduce waste. Walk the interviewer through your process.
Yeah.
How did you analyze the problem? What data did you gather? What solution did you propose, and how did you implement it?
And don't forget to highlight the positive outcomes of your initiative.
Yes.
Did it improve efficiency? Did it reduce cost? Did it enhance safety? Quantifiable results are always impressive.
Yes.
Now let's take a step back and talk about career progression.
Okay.
What are some potential career paths for a casting machine operator?
That's a good one.
This is something you might want to ask the interviewer yourself, showing your interest in long-term growth within the company.
It shows your ambition.
Absolutely.
And your desire to learn and advance.
As you gain experience as a casting machine operator, you might have opportunities to specialize in a particular type of casting, like die casting or sand casting.
Okay.
You could move into a supervisory role, leading a team of operators and overseeing production.
Some casting machine operators even transition into quality control or process engineering roles,
Yeah.
applying their practical knowledge to improve casting processes and product quality.
And with the rise of automation in manufacturing, there's a growing demand for casting machine operators who can program and operate robotic casting systems.
Oh, wow.
So staying up to date on these technological advancements can give you a real competitive edge.
It's really about always continuing to learn and grow.
Absolutely. Now, let's not forget about one of the most valuable resources you have at your disposal,
Okay.
RoleCatcher.
RoleCatcher.
It isn't just about helping you ace those interview questions.
Yeah.
It's about equipping you with the knowledge and confidence to excel in your career as a casting machine operator.
Right.
Its AI-powered features can analyze industry trends, identify in-demand skills, and recommend personalized learning resources to keep you ahead of the curve.
It's like having a personal career advisor right in your pocket.
Exactly, guiding you every step of the way.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've explored advanced interview questions, delved into career paths and industry trends,
Yes.
and highlighted how RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon throughout your journey as a casting machine operator.
For sure.
But we're not finished yet. Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll unveil even more strategies for conquering that interview and launching a successful career in this exciting field. All right, welcome back for the final part of our deep dive.
We've talked interview questions, career paths,
Nice.
and even touched on some of the tech advancements shaping the future of the field.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
before you step into that interview,
Okay.
let's talk about one more crucial aspect of preparation:
All right.
presentation and delivery.
Okay.
You can have all the right answers,
Right.
but if you're not communicating them effectively,
Yeah,
you're missing a huge opportunity.
I see what you're saying.
Think about it. Confidence, clear articulation, and engaging delivery can make all the difference.
That's where RoleCatcher's video practice feature really shines.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine this, you record yourself answering those tough interview questions.
Oh, okay.
Just like we've been discussing. And then RoleCatcher's AI analyzes your video. It's providing personalized feedback on everything from your body language to the content of your answers.
It's like having a personal coach in your pocket,
Yeah.
giving you insights you might never have noticed on your own.
Right.
Are you using too many filler words like, and like?
I know I do sometimes.
Are you maintaining good eye contact?
Yes.
Is your tone confident and enthusiastic?
Right.
RoleCatcher's AI will pick up on those nuances and help you refine your delivery.
But here's what's really remarkable.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's feedback isn't generic.
Good.
It takes into account the specific job you're applying for and the company's culture.
Exactly.
So if the company values concise communication, RoleCatcher might suggest eliminating tangents and getting straight to the point.
That makes sense.
If they prioritize teamwork and collaboration, it might encourage you to highlight examples of how you've worked effectively with others.
Right. It's all about fine-tuning your presentation to align with their expectations.
Exactly.
So as you gear up for your casting machine operator interview, remember this.
Okay.
You've got the skills, you've gained valuable insights into the industry, and you've got RoleCatcher in your corner.
Right.
Now it's time to put all that preparation into action.
I love it.
Walk into that interview with confidence. Articulate your answers clearly and showcase your passion for the field.
Yeah.
You've got this.
You've got this.
And remember, this deep dive is just the beginning of your journey.
Right.
The world of metal casting is full of opportunities for growth and advancement, so stay curious, keep learning, and never stop honing your skills.
That's great advice.
And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one sharing your expertise and inspiring the next generation of casting machine operators.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
And to all of our listeners out there, best of luck in your casting machine operator interviews.